You're listening to CBC Online at cbchs.org.
Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca.
Welcome back to CBC Online. Today we're talking with CBC Athletic Director David Hill. David, obviously first couple weeks here in August, a lot of activity, a lot of athletes, teams have been cut down, we're ready to go.
Right, we're just a couple weeks away, and less than a couple weeks away, and I think everybody's anticipating the start of the season. It's always exciting at this time to get started fresh and new, and obviously teams are looking different this year than they did last year, but I know this much. We had a lot of dogs in the fight last year in terms of maybe going for championships. I don't think it's going to be anything less this year, and a really exciting group of new faces in our freshman class coming through this year.
Certainly to start off the season, we have a lot of activities in terms of the football team. Home opener is actually going to be September 3rd. It's a Labor Day weekend, but big time atmosphere here at CBC for alumni who haven't been back to a game. Maybe talk about that atmosphere.
Well, the atmosphere, I think last year we had a great atmosphere, kind of an entertainment center. I think there's entertainment value, not just in the way the team played, obviously that's a big part of it, but just coming to the stadium and it being festive. Music going on, tailgate going on, students all around, student leadership committee, those groups of students are out there having fun. It's just a fun, festive atmosphere, and you DJ'd half of it, so there's music going on. We expect people to be up in the aisles dancing. That's fine.
Now, in terms of some changes at the MSHSAA level, a lot of focus on schools are dealing with that particular issue. Concussions really aren't anything new, but why is it now? Why now has it become such a huge focus at the high school level?
At the high school level, you can just imagine, first of all, it's always a top-down type of thing. So the NFL, obviously being one of the premier leagues, looking at what's happened to those folks who have suffered concussion syndromes from years past, and maybe it was never really diagnosed properly. So now the NFL obviously does extensive studies on the whole syndrome of concussions, what causes them, more importantly, when do you return to play? So it all trickles down to our level and beyond. So the state is taking a precautionary approach to it. Our coaches are looking at videos. We're doing what's called impact concussion testing, so it's baseline testing. Test your cognitive skills, straightforward, and then if there is a concussion situation, we're able to measure where your baseline is and where your level of concussion is to determine how soon or how long is it going to be before you return to play. That's critical.
And really, this is a zero tolerance policy. It's for every athlete. There's no exceptions.
Right.
The medical rule rules over everything.
It does, and so that's why you have a trainer in place, and quite frankly, they kind of rule the roost. I mean, it used to be a long time ago, coaches might try to look at a guy and say, hey, you're ready to go back in the game. That doesn't happen at all anymore. Coaches look at the trainer says, no, he's not returning to play, that's it. And so that system is very clean, cut and dry, and there are no exceptions.
A couple big dates for people to kind of circle on the calendar. Let's talk about September 10th, CBC football.
We get a chance to go play down in the Dome. I know the kids are really excited about it. I understand that kind of a venue. I had a chance to play in a game like that when I was in high school, and you do get really excited about it. I think the folks that have put the day in the Dome together, iHigh Sports, they have a venue of games. There are 4 different games down there, but we're the marquee game against a marquee opponent, big rivalry against DeSmet. So they're all things that lead towards an exciting evening, hopefully a big win for CBC football.
And what's tickets? How do we get tickets? What's that whole situation?
The ticket situation, we made it available in so many different ways. Obviously, the first way is to come to our athletic office, and you can purchase them directly at school. The other way is through the various venues. We'll be at the Jamboree Friday night when we play in the Jamboree. Tickets will be available here at the stadium. Certainly when we open up our home opener September 2nd, they'll be available at the stadium as well too. But simply, if you simply call our athletic department, 314-985-6047, you'll get a hold of me and we can get you tickets right then and there.
Certainly looking at another sport, CBC soccer tournament, always really one of the preseason highlights of the season. Well, again, we got SLU coming in on September 10th here at CBC.
Yes. Talk
about the tournament and the visibility for our program.
The tournament, I mean, obviously you're featuring the premier soccer programs, not just schools, but soccer programs around the nation. These are schools that are typically ranked high in the nation, SLU, CBC, DeSmet, these kinds of schools and their soccer programs are historic. So for us to have and host a tournament here each and every year, you're not just looking at the premier schools in this area, you're looking at the premier schools in the country. So it's an exciting time for us. Great tournament. Come on out.
In terms of just the athletic department, I mean, you have a lot of positive movement, a lot of good stuff going on. Maybe talk about just the feeling, not just in the athletic department, but really around the school, is now that we got kids in the building, you know?
And that's what you always wait for. I've always said, and you'll hear people say, we are in the kid business. Now, we're around here all summer long. There are camps going on all summer long. Not necessarily ours, and there's outside camps as well, but I don't think there's any better feel to this place when it's filled up with our kids. And so when orientation happens for the new freshmen, they're excited. Then our returning students come back, so that mix really is cataclysmic, and it's just a lot of fun when they're back, and that's what we're all about. It livens up the place. The buildings are great, the grounds are great, our stadium is great, but if you're not here, if the people aren't involved with it, then what point is it? So it's exciting to have everybody back.
Again, talk a little bit about, from the fan aspect. We talk a lot about cadet class and sportsmanship and really, trying to set our fan base apart from maybe some of the other schools that maybe get a little over the edge and a little bit more vicious.
Right.
And talk about, what do you expect from our fans?
Well, first of all, I expect our fans to be lively. I expect them to have a good time. But I think what's important is we also, as fans or as administrators, faculty, staff, there's a certain model that we have to show and demonstrate. I think with that, there's that idea of character and sportsmanship, which we have really tried to embed into our program, and we call it cadet class. And without spelling it all out, I can just tell you this, that the two words mean a lot. The cadet part of that really is what we demonstrate while we're inside the walls of the school, what it means to be a cadet, that camaraderie and attitude and dedication, excellence and tradition. That's really what our school is all about. It's what our program is all about, our athletics program is all about. The other side of that is class, and the idea of character and leadership, achievement through scholarship and sport, really means that how do you conduct yourself when you leave this place? That should always be with you. They may not know that you're a cadet, but they know that you carry yourself in a first-class manner. We as adults, fans, faculty, whatever, we're carrying that and modeling that, and I think our kids follow through. So, and we do. We have a great group of fans and great group of student athletes, obviously.
Well, David started with us last year. Now you're in year 2. What are your impressions of CBC as you look on the community?
I am deeply impressed with our community, with our kids, with our faculty, with our staff, all the things that you need to run an exceptional school. They're all here. And so what we have to do is we not only have to take care of that, but we have to just advance it as much as we can, whether it's inch by inch, but the idea that we're going to keep on growing this thing and grow it in unique ways to make it the best that it can possibly be. And so that to me is a continuous challenge, the idea that we're going after, and I love this word, unprecedented. Unprecedented means that you may have done it once, maybe you've done it 7 times, but that 8th time makes it unprecedented. You just keep going for more. And that's what keeps me going. I mean, there's so much more room to grow here. So it's exciting.
Good stuff. Again, we'll visit with David Hill throughout the season, pretty much every week throughout the month. So we'll catch you again next time on the Sports Desk. Again, thank you much, David.
Thank you, Rob.
CBC, Men for Tomorrow, Brothers for Life.